All right, contractors, let's talk about marketing. What it is, what it isn't. Google, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, news, all of that crap, all of that stuff. Man, right out there. Whew, look at me, back in the office finally, back in the studio. I've been gone for, like 2 months. Just got back. In here. All right, let's go. So the marketing, man, that's like a 2-day, 3-day training. I've been teaching marketing since 1995. And look, man, marketing all it is the market. You know, since biblical times, you would go to the market. You'd go down where everybody is set up. They're selling their olives or fruit, all of that stuff. So you go to the market. So that's where the word comes from. So you have to market. So all marketing is letting people know how you can service them. You have a service, you have a product, something, and you're letting people know how it is that you can service them. So Google AdWords, Google My Business, all of that stuff, the Facebook, phone book, Craigslist, Nextdoor, you name it. That's not marketing. That's the meat, like these door hangers. This is a pretty good one. I saved it. I save all marketing. All that shit that comes in the mail, I save most of all of it. So none of that is marketing. None of that is marketing. All of that is the media in which we use to deliver the marketing. Does that make sense? So like, if you run an ad on the news, through a newspaper, if you run an ad through the radio or a billboard or Google AdWords, Facebook ads, any of that stuff, you're just using Google to deliver your marketing. You're using the radio commercial to deliver your marketing. All of that stuff is just medium. That's the media in which we use to deliver the marketing. I'm in a couple of marketing groups, and you know, they think because they learn how to click which buttons to click in the back of like Facebook Business Manager and stuff, or even Google Ads. If there's certain buttons that you click to run the ads, and you do need to learn that, but that's not the marketing part. The marketing is the mental part. I used to teach a program. It was an all-day seminar called The Mental Side of Marketing. So when I sold my first company in 2001, I traveled the country with like Zig Ziglar, Mark Victor Hansen, Les Brown, some of my like mentors and stuff. But because I learned marketing way back in like late 80s, like Jay Abram, a bunch of like different guys. So, but when I sold my first business, it was because I've been teaching martial arts since the early 80s. I developed a program for personal development called Mental Martial Arts. Defend yourself against your toughest opponent, you. It's all about personal development, personal choices. It's how the brain works, how we form habits, change habits, all of that stuff. And a lot of that has to do with marketing. And it's because once you can learn to, I don't know, you don't want to say, there's no better word than manipulate. I can get you to take actions that you may not even know you want to take just by manipulating you or using the right words. So the whole thing is we think in pictures. And this is going to be more than you need to know, but it's going to help some of you guys. So we think in pictures. So if I say to you, hey, I'm getting my daughter a bike for Christmas. You'll have a picture of a bike. And if you know my daughter, you'll have a picture of her and what bike I'm getting her. So if I tell you bicycle, it kind of narrows it down. So you know it's not a motorcycle. If I say it's an electric bike, you're going to start picturing what an electric bike is because you've seen electric bikes, you know, here and there, that kind of stuff. So whatever words I use, it's going to trigger memories in your synopsis and stuff that are going to start firing off, and you're going to develop, and everyone's going to be different. So if I say I'm getting my daughter a bike, if you just left the Harley dealership, or for me, I'm an Indian guy. You're going to picture that Indian motorcycle you just seen when you left the showroom, something like that. So I'm going to try to slow this down. So I'm trying to paint pictures in your mind. So the whole mental martial arts program is how to control your habits, change your habits. But we think in pictures. So every thought, from our thoughts, we don't take actions. Our thoughts dictate our emotions. Our emotions dictate our actions, and our actions give us our results. So we control our thoughts with the words and the pictures in our minds. So when I want you to take action, I've got to paint different pictures in your mind to stir up the emotion I want you to feel, to get you to take action. So, and that's why it's like all of the COVID bullshit, the politics, all of that stuff. I know exactly what they're doing, and it just frustrates the hell out of me because you're letting it seep in and you don't even realize what's going on. So when I'm writing really good copy, when I'm writing marketing or I'm doing ads, even like this kind of stuff, it's got to be designed for every word has to grab the attention and make you want to read the next word. The one sentence has to be so good it grabs your attention and makes you want to read the next sentence and then the next sentence. And each of those words, each of those sentences are painting pictures in your minds. And that's why the more narrowed down, the more focused you can be, the more niched you can be, the easier it's going to be for you to market to certain people, meaning like for flooring or whatever it is, it doesn't matter. You want to niche it down because the more you know about someone, and this is good for sales, you got to listen and listen and listen and listen and listen. You got to know who you're talking to, know what's, just learn as much about them as you can, because now you will know how to, for lack of better words, how to manipulate them. You'll know how to control their emotions by using words and stories, and they won't even realize it. So the marketing part is the words that we use to tell stories to get the person reading it or listening to it to stir up emotions inside of them to take action. And that's all it really is. And now Google AdWords, Facebook ads, and the newspapers, the Craigslist, the Penny Saver, the Yellow Pages, all of that shit is how we deliver the marketing. So the old phone book, it used to, when you first started out in business, you get like the little corner, like a little quarter page type of deal. And then you'd grow up a little bit, you get the quarter page and then half page, and then you get the full page ad. And that's why like pictures are so big, because pictures already paints the picture. So if I'm using words, they're gonna paint their own picture. So I've got to be very good at the words I use. But every person, every group of individuals, those words will have different meanings. Like I'm talking about buying if I said I'm buying my daughter a bike for Christmas. So you get all these different pictures of different type of bikes. But if I said, man, I'm thinking about buying her this Trilobite. It's like $1,500, and that's a great deal for a Trilobite. I don't know if I should get it. So right now, if you're listening to this, and I'm telling you I'm getting ready to spend $1,500 on a Trilobite, unless you know what a Trilobite is, your brain is firing off all over the place thinking, what the fuck is a Trilobite? Because you can't paint a picture. You can't grasp it. You don't understand what it is. But if I tell you a Trilobite is the oldest fossil known to man, now you're thinking, fossil, man, your brain's going all the way back to like 5th, 6th, 7th grade when you learned science and you learned about fossils and things dying and getting buried and stuff. So you kind of know what a fossil is. You think, oh man, fossil, dirt and this and that. And if I tell you, so now it paints a little bit of better picture for you. And if I say a Trilobite is the oldest fossil known to man, and it kind of looks like a cockroach on its back with its feet up in the air. So now you got a picture. Now you've painted, you know what a cockroach is, laying on its back, feet up in the air, trying to flip back over, turned into a fossil. So now you've got all of those. You can paint a good enough picture to where if I showed you a Trilobite, you go, oh, hell yeah, I know what that is. Brian already told me. It's like and it does. It looks like a cockroach on its back, blah, blah, blah. And then you'd be thinking, nah, I ain't paying $1,500 for that. But I've connected enough dots to paint the picture to where you get to make the decision that you want. That's why we're like, when you're doing sales calls, whether it's on the phone or whether you're at someone's house, you have to know which words to use words that they use, that kind of stuff. But nothing beats being genuine. And so we used to hear It was always the term sales and marketing, sales and marketing. And when I started teaching marketing in 95, it was like, no. It's marketing and sales. There'll be no selling until you have marketed. And if you do the marketing right, there is no selling. The selling is done through the marketing. So I hope some of this is making sense, man. Just reach out to me if I'm blowing this up, because like I said, it's like a 2 or 3 day training seminar. But I just want you to understand, marketing is the words that we use to paint pictures in people's minds to stir up the emotion to get them to take action. Whether it's to call us up to do their floor, whether it's all of that stuff. And we do it through stories. That's why you guys should be doing video. A picture paints 1,000 words, meaning it's going to take 1,000 words to paint the picture that we want them to have in their head. Because if we get that picture painted correctly, that's going to stir up an emotion. But a video, a movie, is like it's when you have enough pictures in your brain, you put that together as a movie. So as you're telling stories, that's the movie that they're watching. So when you put a picture on this, like a before and after picture, you don't have to describe what the floor looked like before and then describe in detail, because everything has to be, the more detailed you can be when writing and telling stories, the better that picture is going to be in their mind. So you describe what the picture was, you describe what the floor was before you got there, then you describe what the floor was after. And when you just show the picture of the two, you don't have to do that. It's instant. And when you're doing videos, you don't have to do any of that, because you're making that instant connection with them. And you don't need no freaking, I should turn this around. I got all kind of equipment in here. It's like, got the lights. I got it all in here, man. It's like way back over there. But you don't need any of that. All you need is your cell phone. When you do cell phone videos and send them to clients and post them on YouTube and then send those links, it makes an instant connection, because it's the same type of video they just watched 2 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago, yesterday, that their daughter or their best friend sent them, because everybody's taking videos at family functions and family gatherings, and then they're texting it across the country, and they're looking at it on their phone, and that video was made by a phone, and it's unedited, and it's goofy, and you're screwing up, and you're dropping the phone, and you're picking it back up. All of that shit is 100% real, and that's what makes the connection. You don't need no fancy ass bullshit. The more money you spend on a video to be made, it backfires. One, you've wasted a shitload of money, and then two, it does the complete opposite. Nothing is more important than making a connection with your clients, with your leads. We do business with people we know, like, and trust, especially as contractors going into someone's home. That's their castle. My wife is crazy about that shit. When we need work done, she's like, you better vet them. Don't even give them the address. And then everybody's crackheads. They coming over here, they scoping out the place. I'm like, man, whoa, slow down. Then we go through the panty drawers, that kind of shit. So you've got to make that connection. And you like video testimonials. We've got hundreds of video testimonials. And people say, man, how do you get them? There's kind of a system. We just do them. I was like, we use Facebook quite a bit, but not for leads. We use it for brand building, but I really use it because everybody on our team, we try to do 2, 3, 4, 5 Facebook lives a day, through the hardwood floor company. Whoever's working, wherever they're at, whichever 2, 3 job sites going, they're all a part of our Facebook page. So all they do is hit live, but usually one of the sales guys or someone about to be out there, and they'll do a video. Hey, man, happy homeowner, here we are today over here. This is what we're going to be doing. Let me and they're seeing the person. And let me turn this around. Let me show you what kind of work we're going to be doing. All of that stuff. We don't do it for Facebook. I mean, it's on Facebook. I'm not a Facebook fan. I'm not a fan of Facebook leads. It takes like 25 Facebook leads to equal 1 Google AdWords leads. But they do those Facebook lives. It's real. They screw up. It doesn't matter. Versus trying to record it, screwing up, thinking about it, stopping, pushing it, record again. It's like, no, just do it. I want it real. And then we download those. We upload them to our YouTube. We do all the hashtags, the taglines, the name, address, phone number, all that crap. It gives us like this huge footprint on the internet. But all of it is The marketing part is just using certain words in a certain order to tell a story, to paint the pictures, to control the emotions of people that you're trying to market to, that you're trying to express that you can do, service, or you have something to sell, all of it. And again, when you narrow it down to a certain group or a certain trade or whatever it is, now you're able to, and it's also with like the trade, every trade, HVAC or roofing and plumbing or something, they all have their own technical terms and all this other stuff. That again does you a disservice. You have to talk to people in the way that they're used to talking. You have to be able to connect those dots in their synopsis in the brain, that kind of stuff. That's why the more you know about your client, the easier it's going to be for you to market to them, the easier it's going to be for you to get them to say yes. You have something in common with everyone that you know. It's up, and everyone that you meet, it's up to you to find out and discover what that is. Hey, Big Paul Nelson, what's up, brother? Kent is watching. Luke, who else? Steve is watching. I don't know. I hope that made sense. So, no matter what it is, like with hardwood flooring, I said we narrowed it down. We niched it down to where all we do is refinish wood flooring. We could do, if it's wood you walk on, we do it, whether it's bow ties that hold the wood together, whether it's hand distressed, real hand distressed. I could do a whole seminar just on the history of hand distressing. So could Kent. All of that, but installations, the parquets, the patterns, the borders, all of that crap. But we focused on just refinishing old hardwood flooring. Here in California, up until the 60s, everything was built on raised foundations, and there's just millions of homes with original hardwood flooring it's either just sitting there or it's been covered with carpet. We go in and carpet up sand, 1/2 by 2 or 2 1/4, sometimes 3/8, but do some termite repair damage, all of that stuff. It just, to do that over and over and over and over again, got the systems to where we're extremely efficient. So we can buy products in advance, all of that stuff. So we just narrowed it down to where we make the most amount of money. So all the ads, all the marketing that we do is built around refinishing hardwood floor, refinishing hardwood floor. It would be different if we were trying to do installation of hardwood floor. If we were trying to do stairs, everything would be different. I'd have YouTube pages just for stairs. I'd have YouTube pages just for installation. I'd have pages on my website specifically for that. I don't want to give them all of this because they get too confused. They don't get confused with that. When I start showing them this, and they're like ADD, which does not exist, they'll read a little bit here, read a little bit there, go down this rabbit hole, go over there. It's like, no, I want to control every word that they read because I want to control every picture that's being painted in their mind so I can control their emotions. And when I give them too much information, I lose them. So if I was doing exterior painting, it would be exterior painting. If I was a painter and I did cabinet refinishing, exterior painting, side painting, exterior painting, decks, all of that stuff, every one of those items would have a different page just for that. Be videos just for that. There'd be ads just for that with those words, all of that stuff. I hope this makes sense to you. So that, and then all of it is education, 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 education. You need to be able to give more away than your competition sells. So when we don't do free estimates, we do $75, and that's just, and it should be more than that. At one time, I was going to start a business where we didn't even do wood flooring anymore. We just did, $300 for an hour consultation. And you just go out and you just educate them to the best of your ability, and then let them make the choice. So that's what we do and we do that already through, like, when someone contacts us, we don't answer the phone. They have to leave a message. Every now and then they'll answer the phone and say, even as they're on the phone, they say, hey, check your text message. I just sent you a text. And we have a long text that explains everything. And a lot of you guys already have it. I've sent the same text that we use. I've sent it to you guys. You can just change it and stuff. And it tells them everything. $75 consultation fee, tells them our process, tells them our prices, all that stuff. They have to send us pictures, a whole bunch. Just everything. And then we send them some YouTube videos of floors just like their floors because they've sent us pictures. We know where they live, all of that stuff. but they've already, I would say 70 to 75% of the time, they've already watched all of that stuff. So when they called us, they're like, yeah, we already seen all that. When can we get on the schedule? When can we get on the schedule? Yes, but it's all through education. That's why when you're doing those videos, whether it's through YouTube or you're making them with your own phone and then uploading them to YouTube, or doing them live on Facebook and then uploading them to YouTube, you can slice them up, cut them up, put them on Twitter and all the other Instagram, all the other bullshit. And should you use that stuff? Yes, it's free. Why wouldn't you? It's free. It's free only if it's not costing you your time. The only commodity you have is time. So yes, YouTube is free, Instagram is free, Twitter is free for a little bit longer, Facebook is free, but it costs you your time to upload and do all this other crap. So you got to pay attention to that. I don't know. I think I've got a TikTok, I got a Twitter, I got all this shit, for the contractor's contractor. But I don't even know if I know how to log in. Someone else does all that shit for me. Like someone will probably download this video, cut it up, and use highlights all over the place. All right, any questions before I get out of here? Big Courtney Lee is watching. I used to do a coffee and Coke podcast. After I had a couple of drinks, then I'd start doing videos. All right, man. So again, before I get out of here, it's just like, so whether I'm, like I was saying, whether I'm painting cabinets or interior, exterior painting, I narrow all of that marketing down so that my ads aren't getting lost to everything. Again, when someone goes on Google and types in repair hardwood flooring, we may show up. If they type in install hardwood flooring, I hope we don't show up. I think we use install hardwood flooring as a negative keyword because I don't want to do installs. We do it. And we have a lot of clients and we do a lot of installs, but I don't waste money marketing to that. If they call me, I want it to be because we refinish hardwood floorings. So the same thing is like when I'm working with painters and helping them do their Google ads, is some of them want to do exterior paintings, some don't. Some want to do vinyl painting on the outside, some hate it. Some want to do inside painting, but they don't want to do cabinet refinishing. Some just want to do cabinet refinishing. So whatever it is that they want to do, we narrow it down to that focus. And then that's our marketing. That would be the marketing when we do door hangers. I mean, I don't want to flood this with everything. What is this? This is just air conditioning, service, repair, installation, and it's pretty good. I mean, it's not bad. And I say it's not bad because there's not a lot of information on it. Look at that. So they're not going to get lost. They're going to see it and they're going to know what it is. And so with Google ads. And with Google ads, I've had a couple of you guys reach out to us, and there's a lot of things you have to do before you get to Google ads. Meaning, I don't want you wasting your money. And my YouTube channel is designed for everything that I've done over the last 40 years. It's pretty much on YouTube for free. I don't have anything to sell. I mean, I've got a marketing service, but I keep a couple of guys busy. But I would rather you learn how to do it and do it yourself. But the Google ad things is, I don't want to run Google ads for hardwood floor installation, hardwood floor refinishing, hardwood floor repair, stairs and risers, screening coats, hardwood floor cleaning. I don't want to run one ad to reach 6, 7 different things, borders and hand scraping and all that. It's like, no. If I'm going to do installation, it's going to be an ad specifically for installation. That's going to, when they click it, they're going to go to a page specifically for installation. They're going to see videos with nothing but installation, and they're going to see a shitload of content videos about installation and how the floor should be nailed, how the floor should be glued, what to look for, how to level the floor, all of that stuff. And it's always going to be saying stuff that's like, hey, we stay pretty booked up throughout the year. We may not be able to get to your job. We've got a ton of videos that's going to educate you on how the job should be done. So when you call and talk to other contractors, here's a list of questions that you should ask them. It almost seems like we're trying to talk ourselves out of the job. I'm giving them information, so maybe they could do it themselves. And no one wants to do it themselves. Trust me, it's too much effing work. But, so if I was going to do nothing but screen and coat. The ads would be for screen and coat. They would have to go to Google and type in screen and coat, which they don't know that term. So it would be, we would use terms like make my floor new again, bring my floor back to life, and I don't have to guess at that kind of shit. I go to Google and I say, Google, what are people looking for when they want to make their floors new again? And Google will give me a shitload of terms that people use. I would use all of those terms plus a couple of more, and then I would do a whole bunch of negative terms. For every one positive term, or for every one keyword, I use 2 or 3 negative keywords, meaning if they're looking for this, I do not want my ad to show. I don't want people seeing my ad and then clicking on it because it's not what they want. I have to narrow it down to make sure it's exactly what they want so it's not being wasted. I don't get charged from Google until they click on that ad. I don't care. I want them to click on that ad because I've worded it in a way to where it only shows up when it's exactly what they're looking for, or pretty freaking close. Once they click on the ad, they go straight to the page that's about cleaning and coating floors, screening and coating floors, installation, whatever it is that they're looking for, that's the page that they land on. I don't want them getting lost looking at a whole bunch of other shit. When they get to that page, it's going to be a welcome video of me telling them how happy I am that they found me on the internet. One conversation with me can save them tens of thousands of dollars and years of headaches, whether they use us or not. I've got information here that's going to save them thousands of dollars and give them the questions to ask, blah, blah, blah. Look at it. They're going to look underneath that welcome video. They're going to see 2, 3, 4 video testimonials with me and homeowners saying how great we are. Underneath that, they're going to see video content, jobs that we've done, but more than that, how the job should be done. And that's on every freaking page. But you don't, I mean, if that's what you do, you shouldn't be, I'm a fan of just 3 or less. I like 1. Find one freaking thing to do and be the best at it. KFC, you know, like, what is it, Farmers Insurance? We know a few things because we've seen a few things, whatever the hell that thing is. Yeah, so that's that part. But before you do the Google ads, it's all of that stuff. You have to have that landing page or that website that builds an instant relationship and trust, because we know, like, and trust. We do business with people we know, like, and trust. And we usually know, like, and trust people who are just like us. So that's why the videos builds that trust before they even call you. They feel like they've watched your videos so many times, they call you up going, oh my God, blah, 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 I've seen this and that. And they know more about you than your friends know, because you're sharing shit on video that your friends don't even know about. And they know about your family, and they know about this and that. And it's crazy. It's crazy. I think I showed up to a house once and the lady was like, man, you still teaching karate for LAPD? And I'm like, how the hell do you know that? I said, not like I used to. How do you? And she goes, oh, you remember, it's on your about page in your website and this and that and that. And I was like, oh, okay, shit. But they will read and watch all of that stuff. So it's kind of like if you imagine like the bullseye of a dartboard, that red bullseye. When someone needs work done on their house, they usually, if you need your floors refinished or your house painted, and you have a brother or a brother-in-law that does floors or paints houses, if he's pretty good and you like him, you're not even going to call anybody else. You know, you're going to pay him whatever the shit. Hopefully you ain't going to try to rip him off because he's related to you or whatever. But you're going to use that person first. So if you have someone in the immediate family that does the service that you need, you're going to use that person, even if they charge a little bit more, because you're going to think, you know, everything is perceptive. Everything is perception. You're going to think you can trust them. If you don't have someone, that circle is going to get a little bit bigger, because you're going to ask your friends and relatives, who do we know? You don't know shit, man. If you already knew them, you wouldn't be asking me. You know, but who do we know that does, you know, work on cars, that teaches karate, that does construction? You know, who do we know? Boom, boom, boom. Who have you used? Because you want someone that it's the trust, man. It's the trust. And it's not even so much losing the money. I mean, that's some of it. You're paying the money, but it's like you hate to pay the money and then kind of feel like you got ripped off. That's why the trust is so big. And again, with construction and us going to someone's house, it's about the trust. And so that circle gets a little bit bigger. Or you may see like the yard signs. I'm telling you guys, every job you show up to, first thing out of the van, yard sign, boom. The sales guy should already be doing that. Shouldn't be the guys working. And the last thing up is the yard sign. And yes, I know you got your trailer wrapped and your truck wrapped. If you're leaving the trailer in the driveway, that's as good as the yard sign. But a lot of you guys are, getting to the job site 7:30, 8 o'clock, 7. Everybody in the neighborhood has already left and went home and went to work. And then you got your truck and shit wrapped. So you think you're advertising, and then you drive home, then they come home from work and nothing is there. So you need that yard sign so they can see it over and over again, because that's that trust. If you're already in the neighborhood and you're already working, they kind of feel like they can trust you. And then they see that you're already there. And Facebook is good for that too. So when I do run Facebook ads, or I help guys run Facebook ads, it's always brand building and content Facebook ads. It's never call us now, 25% off, New Year's special, and all. No, bullshit. It's always like how to maintain your floor so you don't have to have them screening code every 7 years. How to do this, how to fix this. It's always educational. And so you've got 2, 3, and you really, because Facebook ads is kind of like, there's never ever been a better time on the planet to advertise like through Facebook. Meaning, if you wanted a billboard on the freeway years ago, the price has come down now, but it would be so much money. On average, most of us wouldn't be able to do it. And that's what Facebook is. Facebook is buying a billboard, renting a billboard on your busiest street or your busiest freeway in your neighborhood. So people are driving past it every day, seeing your billboard. Are they paying attention? Who knows? Maybe subconsciously they're seeing it. Who knows? And, do they need floors at this time? Probably not. But they're seeing it. So that's what you're doing when you do the Facebook ads. And you don't run these stupid ass ads, call me now, yada, yada. Do your content video Facebook ads. Do 2 or 3 of those, very cheap, and just run them in your neighborhood. You can pinpoint it to people who pretty much only own homes. So not everybody's seeing it, but why? I did it. It's so cheap, show it to the whole area and let them keep seeing you over and over again. You're not trying to sell them anything. You're just trying to help them out. Hey, if you're thinking about doing hardwood floors, here's a couple of questions you should be asking. Boom, boom, boom. Thinking about getting your hardwood floors refinished, here's a couple of questions you should ask. Boom, boom, boom. So you're always the helpful, what is it? I think that's the only commercials Honda runs anymore. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? It's like the helpful Honda dude or something with the blue shirts or whatever. It's like they're always helping or something. That's their commercials. But that's what you should be doing, these helpful hardwood floor videos, so they see you over and over again in your neighborhood, or in their Facebook street. But man, if you're in Kentucky, don't let me see your ads in California. Oh my God. I email those dudes all the time. It's like, man, fire whoever's doing your ads immediately. You're wasting money. I should not see your ads. And that's when it comes, you need to know which buttons to click, that kind of thing. But so they see these ads all the time. They don't need the wood floors. They don't need the house painted. They don't need a roof right now. But they may be at work. Someone mentions it. Hey, who do we know? And it's like, oh man, I don't know him, but I see this dude on Facebook all the time. And he's got 3 questions that you should be asking every contractor so you don't waste money. Who is he? I don't know. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. That kind of thing happens. Or when they get serious, when someone's serious about having service done, they go to Google. They don't go to Facebook and look for dancing school near me, karate school near me, plumber near me, painter near me, hardwood floor guy near me. When they're serious about looking for a service, they go to Google and they type it in. They're looking for that service. And then your ad is going to be the first thing that they see. And they're going to go, oh shit, that's the dude I see on Facebook all the time. Boom. They go past that ad maybe. They get to Google My Business. You're in the top 3. Bam. There you are again. It's like, oh shit, that's the guy I see on Facebook all the time. Boom. They go down a little bit. All of that stuff. So you've got to be there. They show up on all your YouTube videos, helpful content videos are showing up in YouTube. All of that. That's how you dominate. Look at that. Dominate your trade. That's how you do that. Kick your competition's ass. That's how that happens. That's how we kind of use Facebook. Over and over again. So, all right, guys. Any questions? Hit me up. Bingo. Don't saturate your market material with too much graphics or content. Sup, brother? Miss Tina Boone, any questions before I get out of here? Perfect. Let's see what's up. Pat. Cool. All right, guys. Even if you're watching this later on, you got questions, hit me up. It ain't rocket science, but at the same time, it is. Like when I'm with these guys, I'm in several marketing groups. And I'm like the granddaddy, right? I'm the old dude. But yeah, they think digital marketing, they think because they know how to run ads, whether it's on Google or Facebook or Twitter or any other, they think because they know how to click the right buttons that they're marketers. And I'm like, dude, you're not a fucking marketer. You're a technician that knows how to click the right buttons. Marketing doesn't have shit to do with Google or Facebook. Marketing is painting the perfect picture in someone's mind to get them to take the actions that you want them to take. And that don't have shit to do with clicking buttons. So hopefully that helps. All right, guys, I'm going to be out of here. Wife's going to be yelling at me. Cool.